And now this, the FBI adding a suspect to its most wanted list connected to that Independence Day attack on a Texas ICE facility that left an officer injured. Authorities are now offering rewards of $35,000 for information leading to his arrest. Senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse has more on that for us. So, William, what role did this suspect play in that attack?
Well, Sandra, Benjamin Song played a major role, allegedly supplying at least 4 of the guns, including 2 AR-15 rifles, one of which the court records say was used in the attack. Song was there during the assault, and we know investigators are now going through fingerprints, ballistics, and defendant interviews trying to nail the actual shooters. Age 32, Song received a less than honorable discharge from the Marines in 2016. Police say he was one among the 11 who attacked that ICE facility, but was abandoned by the getaway driver. Song hid in the woods for 24 hours until a friend picked him up.
He basically was sort of hemmed in by the law enforcement presence for approximately 24 hours. And he called a friend named John Thomas, who helped him escape from the area.
Police arrested John Philip Thomas last Friday. So the big question is, how many others could be implicated or share the same anti-government views and maybe belong to the same encrypted chat room? Well, court records say Song belonged to a left-wing Antifa group that allegedly attacked a group of Christians protesting a drag show 2 years ago. In 2020, Song was arrested, but not charged for pointing his rifle at 2 cops during a protest. Now, police did arrest another defendant, had Savannah Batten at an Occupy Dallas protest several years ago, and Inez Soto was charged with resisting arrest during a protest 9 years ago. So a group calling itself the DFW Support Committee has raised 20 grand for lawyers to defend these 13 suspects. On its website, it claims Texans are facing increasing repression by both the federal and state government. Those on the front lines especially are being met with this repression in spite of our constitutional right to protest and dissent. So the DFW committee is anti-Trump, pro-immigration. They want $50,000 to defend these suspects who are accused of attempted murder of a police officer and 2 ICE agents. Sandra.
William Lajeunesse on all of that for us. William, thank you. John.
All right, Sandra, let's bring in Tricia McLaughlin, the Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security. I got so much to go through. We're going to have to really rip through this. So 361 illegal aliens who were apprehended at these marijuana grow sites in Carpinteria, as well as Camarillo. One of the adults arrested, according to Rodney Scott, Commissioner of CBP. This illegal alien was apprehended at the California marijuana facility. Turns out he had been sentenced to 7 years for kidnapping and attempted rape with a prior conviction for attempted child molestation. And this felon was working in the same farm as 10 kids, one of them being 14 years old. Other ICE arrests associated with this. Adriana Gonzalez, previously removed 3 times. Multiple arrests for burglary and DUI. In ICE custody pending removal proceedings. Santos Alberto Rodriguez Jacinto from El Salvador, arrested in home country for terroristic threats in 2006 and 2011. Arrested in McAllen, Texas in 2018. Sentenced to time served in ICE custody pending removal proceedings. Jorge Luis Anaya Garcia from Mexico, arrested in California for possession with intent to sell narcotics in 1991, detained in ICE custody pending removal proceedings. And yet Governor Gavin Newsom is defending all of these folks, and members of Congress on the Democratic side are saying, how dare you apprehend these people?
Absolutely. He is defending them while he demonizes our ICE law enforcement. I do want to also mention those 10 unaccompanied children who were rescued by law enforcement. We think that they likely faced exploitation, potentially slave labor, human trafficking, and they are now in HHS custody, and we're making sure they're being taken care of. But these are the individuals Gavin Newsom is defending. He should be thanking ICE law enforcement and CBP law enforcement for rescuing these children and getting these vicious criminals off of American streets. All
right, so 320,000 unaccompanied minors went missing in the Biden administration. You found 10 of them. There's still a lot of other ones out there.
Yeah, we found 10 in this operation specifically, but 10,000 under President Trump and Secretary Noem have been rescued and are in safe hands now. But we have a lot of work to do. This illegal immigration was a huge humanitarian crisis under the Biden administration, and we have to get these kids to safety.
All right, so we're seeing pictures beside you here of what happened, the violent reaction to the ICE actions. President Trump says it's time to take the gloves off. He put this out on Truth Social. I'm directing Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem and Borders Czar Tom Homan to instruct all ICE, Homeland Security, or other law enforcement officer who's on the receiving end of thrown rocks, bricks, or any other form of assault to stop their car and arrest these slime balls using whatever means is necessary to do so. I'm giving total authorization for ICE to protect itself just like they protect the public. I never want to see a car carrying a law enforcement officer attacked again. Authorization immediately granted for arrest and incarceration. I mean, that can be interpreted many ways. How do you see it?
Well, President Trump is absolutely correct. Our ICE law enforcement are facing a 700% increase in assaults against them. We mentioned doxing earlier before. One of the representatives who was actually on the ground at those riots in California, he went on to dox one of our law enforcement agents. We're seeing that their families are being targeted, their children are being targeted, and being put online where they go to school, where their spouses work. This is something that absolutely has to stop. And we need to see politicians like Gavin Newsom not only thank law enforcement, but quit the demonization, because it is leading to despicable, disgusting action by these rioters and activists.
The congressman to whom you refer is Salud Carbajal.
Yes.
He tweeted that ICE was being unnecessarily aggressive against local farm workers and peaceful protesters in Carpinteria. Here's what ICE tweeted in response. Representative Salud Carbajal was part of a violent mob of protesters attempting to obstruct federal law enforcement as they executed a criminal search warrant at a marijuana facility. He cites peaceful protesters when, in fact, these rioters were launching rocks at officers, injuring at least one ICE employee who was left bloody. According to agents on the ground, the congressman doxed that same ICE employee by sharing his business card with members of the violent mob. This is precisely the rhetoric that has led to orchestrated attempts to murder officers and a 700% increase in officer assaults. May the congressman's constituency also remember he chooses violence over the rule of law. So the Democrats, with this anti-ICE rhetoric, doxing, they are putting people at risk.
They're absolutely putting people at risk. Imagine, as an activist, throwing rocks and objects at law enforcement as they're trying to rescue 14 children from exploitation, as they're trying to get these heinous, convicted criminals out of this facility. It's disturbing. Democrats have totally lost the message on this. They've totally lost their way. It is un-American what they're doing.
Yeah. One final point. You were at Turning Point USA in Tampa over the weekend. So was Tom Homan. Listen to this reaction when he's asked by a heckler if he's an MS-13 member.
Wait 3 or 5 years. Pardon me?
Are you an MS-13 member? It says so.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. This guy wouldn't like the surface nation. This guy ain't got the balls to be an ICE officer. He hasn't got the balls to be a Border Patrol agent. This guy lives in his mother's basement. The only thing that surprises me, you don't have purple hair and a nose ring. Get out of here, you loser.
Let's remember that Tom Homan was given an award by President Obama when he worked for him.
Great point. Tom Homan certainly doesn't suffer fools, and I think he makes America proud. And Secretary Noem she was at Turning Point USA as well, and she opened with a prayer for our law enforcement. That's exactly what we need to be doing today.
Trish, great to see you. Thanks for popping by. I appreciate it.